Hello folks and welcome back to Mindustry. We're taking a look here. If I sound different and if anything looks different, I'm on a new computer. During this little break here, and by break I mean winter break, I've gone in and built myself a new gaming computer and I got some stuff set up. So previously went over this little terribleness here, which I really disliked, but I think we're going to go to Biomass Synthesis Facility. I can't say it. It's the first one I believe that has a threat of medium launching into it. That is immediately disconcerting to me. I'm not a fan, but we're going to see what we can do here. We're going to launch out, max everything out, and let's launch this bad boy up and see what we can do to get this area set up. All right, so immediately we're going to pause this and take a look. Oh, look at this little ring there. Yeah. All right, so we're going to take a look. We have some, I'm assuming those are trees or some type of plant growth here. We have some ice, it looks like. So this is nothing. That's also nothing. This really looks like it should be a resource, but it's not. We have our copper, more copper. We have some coal out here, a little bit of lead. There used to be a very large operation here with some cultivators, which I don't believe we have. We go into research. Do we have cultivators? We do have a oh no, that's a cryofluid mixer. Okay. It looks the same. Look at it. It's the same looking thing. But we do have, nope, that's a liquid container. All right. So maybe we don't have one of those yet. Or maybe we do and I'm just blind right now. That's a distinct possibility. We're going to ignore that for now. Let's take a look around the map here. What else do we have? So there's some titanium stuff. So hopefully there's titanium here. We have some more coal. Ooh, some scrap. That means we absolutely can get our titanium. We can smelt that out and get that set and ready to go. What is that? So an additive deconstructor, it's derelict, and an air facility, also derelict according to this. We have some large doors, which I haven't really played with before. And then we have that area up there and this larger area up there. So I guess the next point is to see where our bad guys are coming from, because this is not a large map. If we're taking a look at this, they're going to come pretty quickly from one of those two. And we do have some dark sand. So we at least are going to be able to produce pretty much everything, knock on wood, that we need. There's not a lot of coal, so we're not going to be producing a lot of silicon and graphite, but we do have options for that. And we have this large area here. What are these walls? I don't know. All right. I want to unpause. Let's go find out where the bad guys are coming from very quickly here. Are you coming from up here? Yes. Are you coming from over here? Because I've seen, at least in multiplayer. Okay, no. So this is our focus, is bottling this area up so that we can knock them down here. Is that anything? No. Bummer. I was hoping that was titanium. But if they have air power, they're going to just zip right over here. So we need to have air defenses out here, and we need to have some solid ground defenses over in this area. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, I think, because we don't have a lot in the way of anything really right now. So let's go take a look here and just get some of our basic stuff set up just to feed our beginning stages here. So we're going to get that. We'll get that stuff. And that's all going to feed directly into our core. This one's going to come down and around. And we get something like that for our beginning setup for those guys. Over here, I think we're going to, let's see. What do we want to focus on here? So we have our iron, or excuse me, we have lead here. We have that, and then we have our scrap. We're going to have to remove a lot of stuff from this area to be able to do what I think we need to do, which is convert all of this scrap over to titanium. Because there's scrap scattered throughout a lot of this, but we just don't have the resources to do much with it. What we can do, though, is we're able to use a lot of this kind of stuff, and these being air factories leads me to believe there's going to be a lot of air attacks in this one. But if we use some of our copper here to kind of just try to bottle some of this area up with some duos, then we should be able to focus on our air attacks out here. Yeah, that might make sense. Okay. So let's go through. Luckily, we have a lot of resources that we have at our disposal in this one. We brought over a lot of stuff from our previous area. So we're able to kind of get some of the necessities set and prepared for what we need. All right, so we're going to do something like this. We're going to bring that up. Yeah, we'll bring it up there and over. And this is going to... It's hard because I don't know if I should... All right, so we're building this stuff here real fast. We'll at least get the ground production set up, and I'm going to pause it again here real fast because I think I'm going to build a wall. See, they're coming there. So the smallest, this is kind of the choke point. So we'll build, let's do it right and build a bigger wall here. And then we'll duo this area up, I think. I know. I've gotten lots of comments of people asking me not to do this, that there are better things. And I know that. I've seen it. But for just the beginning stages here, I think this is where I'm going to be. So let me just get the basic parts built here. Because at least with air defenses, generally the first air one that comes in is not a big deal, and then they get bigger and badder as it goes on. This is also one of the areas that is a named sector, so generally they have guardians or something else that comes. So we're going to have to be a little bit more diligent on this one. But we'll get this initial thing set up there, which I'm happy with. I'm going to pause it again here. We'll go in and get our... I think we'll do something like that. And you come back here. And then we're just going to build some scatters. To get that kind of at least established for right now. So those will be producing air defenses for this upper area, and we have to worry about down lower still. Oh, and we're quickly running out of copper. I kind of forgot that that was the thing I needed to worry about. All right, so we at least have that going. Let's go down here and work on our copper production. There we go. All right. All right, we'll at least have our copper production, but we're down to 23, so we're pretty much out of our copper at this point. We've used it all up, and that's okay. We'll get more. While we're doing that, let's deconstruct the things that we can deconstruct and try to steal some resources out of it. I'm just really interested in these large doors. I haven't really had the need, or I guess I've had the opportunity. I just haven't had the need to use those yet. I'm interested to see if this is going to be the one that I do need them. I really wish there was a way to reconstruct some of this stuff. Alright, so we have those. That was a container, which I haven't really done anything with. A large scrap wall. Yeah, I don't know what these containers are. There's lots of derelict stuff here, though, which is fun. And I don't know... So, if you take a look here, these little guys are also kind of going by the wayside. I don't know if that's something I should be doing or not, is getting rid of those. I don't know if that matters for the biomass thing or not. We'll find out here in just a little bit. We have, although there's 20 waves. Usually when there's one that has a lot more bad guys, like the Guardians, I could be wrong, but isn't there more waves? All right, we'll find out here soon enough as we kind of jump in here, but these doors take a long time to deconstruct. But they give us a lot of resources. Look, we're almost back up at 1,000, and that's not because of stuff we've mined. That's because of stuff we've taken down. So, bad guys are going to be coming here in just a moment. But while we're waiting on them to come, we can get some of the stuff we need set up here. Up here they come. Okay, so let's see what we have coming our way. Oh, it's ground-based bad guys. Okay. And also my favorite ground-based bad guys, because these guys, all they have to do is run into stuff and they blow up, and it's not a big deal. So we're just going to provide some places for them to run into, hopefully. There we go. And we have that taken care of with that. All right. I love and hate that those guys were the first round of guys, because it gives me a false sense of security. I already know it does. These guys are not going to be that easy. This is not going to... I don't think this is going to be an easy level. But just those dumb little guys that come out and kamikaze it, they just seem like they're just dumb and easy, and it's not going to be that way. So we will have to reapproach this here in just a little bit. Alright, but we got at least some air defenses set up. There's a good number there and a good number there, and there is crossover for a lot of that, so that makes me feel better. Let's go in and get some power set up for this, because even if we don't have a lot of air stuff going on, I would like to have a lot of defenses for the power kind of setup. So I might build a power plant up here. Unfortunately, oh, we do have water. Look at this. We have water and we have coal. Oh, thank goodness. All right, so we can go in and build what we need to here. I've also heard a lot of people tell me that I use too many of these mechanical pumps. I need to get some metaglass, which is fine. I forget how to make metaglass. How do we do that? It's in the melter, right? Am I right? Nope, I'm wrong. Pulverizer, no. Separator, no. Incinerator, no. Kiln, that's it. So we put in lead and sand and we get metaglass out of that. Okay, that's easy enough to do, but we do need to make sure that we have a source. Look at it, it's like set up for us. We have our, oh no, that's not lead. We have our lead here, we have sand here, and we should be able to produce a good amount of that stuff. But before we do that, we need to have some power. So we're going to use this area over here, I think, to provide said power. Alright, so it's not a lot, but it'll be fine for what we need for right now. And that's going to be a combustion generator. And it's going to power a battery. Nice, simple little setup. I guess I need a power node as well. So we are producing power, not a lot, but that's okay. That will come once we get our metaglass set up here. We have bad guys coming in just a few moments, so we need to establish our sand factory, which is going to come down there, and then over here we will establish our lead, or what is this? Yeah, lead area. Okay, so we'll bring that over, and then we can put in our kiln. We'll do that, let's say here. And I really should just make a blueprint or a schematic, I think is what this game calls it, of these, but I haven't done that yet. So we have those guys coming in there, and then this one is going to come in there. So we'll go through and do that. Look at that. It's like I planned it. I did not plan this at all. So that's going to come down here. And we're going to dump those right in there like so. And we'll get rid of that one. Alright, so we have that. We we have that. We have bad guys coming. It's these dumb guys. And they got me, but that's okay. Their explosion radius is really large. But let's just put some little barriers up there. And down here as well. That should take care of them. We have this stuff being produced like crazy. And we probably can withstand to have another one because we're producing only 23. But that's fine because once we see our metaglass pop open here, we can go in and start. We have 2 right now. That should jump up to our 10 needed for our pump here. There we go. All right, so let's pause that again. We'll get our mechanical pump. So it makes 7. Okay, so going back to a comment earlier, people were telling me I was wasting the pumps. So these are making speed is 7 per second. If I go over into the steam generator, that consumes 6 water per second. So as long as I am doing that, we should be fine. Like 1 can go into 1 without any problem whatsoever. So what I'm going to do here is just put this right. Actually, let me put the mechanical pump there first. All right, so that's going to go right there, I think. Then I can go to a conduit that's going to go that way. We'll have that go to our steam generator. And then we can mine some new coal like that. And then we just need to connect that to our power. Should be good there. There, and there, I think. And see, this is one thing I don't like about this game. All right, well, I'm gonna get rid of these real fast because I don't need them anymore. But you see how the nodes aren't connected until I get rid of that. But now we are producing 230. So we're being significantly more efficient. We're doing what we need to do. And what I can do now is I'm going to be able to run power lines up here. So we're going to pause the game for just a second. We'll use the big old power nodes, making sure that we overlap the circles with each other. That will allow us to move up there. And we have that. And then we can put in some arcs. And this guy here can have up to 15 connections. Hopefully that's going to fit for this. These guys here don't have a massive range, but they do a good amount of damage. Lots of more blow-uppy guys. All right, cool. We're doing just fine here. I could put in some lancers back here if I wanted to as well. How many connections does this have? Uh-oh, too many connections. I think that's the problem. All right, so let's see. All right, we have that. Let's put another one in here, like so. There we go. Now everybody has power. We're doing good, and we can also afford to put another lancer in. Okay, so we have that. We should be good to go with some of the basics here. I think we're okay. Our walls are taking a beating, but that's okay. it doesn't really matter. We could put titanium walls in, but their only purpose right now is just to get blown up, so I don't think that makes a lot of sense. And I think we're going to put in another kiln here, just to try to maximize some of that production, so we can fill those belts up. So, get another kiln. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. Get our junction in there. Again, I should build a schematic and just copy and paste, but I'm not that smart. So we have that. We have more of these guys, which I'm not worried about. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And I already forget the keyboard shortcut. I apologize. Those of you that leave comments, I do read them and I do really pay attention to them. It's just I forget things sometimes. I 100% forget the keyboard shortcut for being able to reconstruct all the stuff you do. That is just not my brain right now. So we're maxing out our production here. We're actually going to run out of stuff. It looks like it is... Is that rain? No, it's not rain. What is that? There's like bubbles flying across the screen. Okay, whatever. Let's start talking about the next round of what we need to produce here. We have a lot of stuff that we need to produce, and these things are going to make it all hard to do. But I would like to, I'm going to pause it real fast. I'd like to set up some production for this, and we also need graphite and silicon. Those are all things that we need to produce that we have not made any of yet, and we're going to need to figure out how to do that. So I think our first round of stuff here is we're going to make a graphite press, which I did. Look, I use a schematic. Look at this. I have a schematic, and let's see. So I'm going to rotate that there. We can have it come in down here. And I can put in some very basic stuff like that. All of that production is going to flow down this way. So we'll go down here. And we will have a graphite press. And I probably could just put this onto its own, or onto this belt, but I'm going to make it its own belt. So that we have everything flowing through there. And it looks like it's working as it's supposed to. So that's good. We have more bad guys coming in. We're a quarter, or this will be wave 5. So we're just about a quarter of the way through this level of this is Biomass synthesis facility. And hopefully it's going to unlock a whole bunch of stuff for us. But my next step that I want to do is I want to get titanium going and to beef up our defenses, because there's going to be more bad guys. Yeah, see? Whoa. That's a massive step up. We have the little blow-up-y guys, cool. But then we have this thing and that thing, which are two very big. They're different. Oh, you shoot fire? That's not good for me. Okay. So that wasn't a big deal yet. But that's going to be a big problem for us down the road here. As my information says here, we can use a wave turret to automatically, with water, to put fires out, which I may want to consider, but this is our only water source. I have to pipe that all the way up and feed our supply there. So if I do a wave, it takes up some space, but it could cover all of our stuff. All right, let's follow the instructions and do that. So what's our rotary pump? What's that do? So that's 30 liquid units. How much does the wave consume? Only 2. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that right now. What we do need to have, we need to have our liquid router set up here. So we'll put that there. We'll go in and get that established. And then we need to set up another pump, I think. And we're going to have that come up and out. And that's going to come up here. That's going to go in there. And then we just need to route it around that area. So we'll see how this works. All right, so we have water getting pumped out of there, excuse me. And let's take a look here. It's very little water coming out of that, which is fine. But you can see there's little indicators on here that show you how the water's flowing. Water is flowing there. There's very... Okay, so it's picking up a little bit. And are you guys getting water yet? Not yet, but we're getting there. Okay. So we'll keep going with that. We could get totally screwed over with lots of stuff here, but we're gonna do our best here to keep going. I love how little power the steam generators, like, they just produce so much without using that much stuff up. It's great. I think I probably should build some larger batteries here. Oh, we don't have enough lead? Wow, okay. So our lead production is also holding us back a little bit. So we're going to have to get some more of that going here. We'll do something like that. And we at least have lead coming into our facility now. We have bad guys on the way, currently actively there, or not. We've already taken care of them because sometimes this game is a little bit nice and kind of gives you a preview of like the impending doom. This is foreshadowing, I'm sure, of the terribleness that's about to be unleashed upon you. So at least it gives you a chance to kind of build some of the stuff up. But I do want to say I have the waves, and they cover all of this area to put out any fires. It's probably not going to do a good job, but at least it's not like I have pyros or anything else going in there to cause us massive, massive problems. All right. Going back in here, our next step I think we need to do is we need to get some of our silicon production going, and then we can worry about getting the scrap out and making stuff out of it. So that's our next step here. We're going to establish some additional places for let's see if we can put a large power node in there. Just try to remove some potential problems that we may or may not have. There we go. Okay. So we'll go back here. We'll do this. And then this guy's going to kind of wrap around and head out that way. Because we're going to use this coal over here and maybe wrap some of this coal as well. Let's put a router on there and have it come out, and we can make our silicon production facility. So our smelter is going to exist. Sure, that looks like a good spot for it. We'll do something like that. We'll have something like that. And it's going to go in. And we're going to make this super basic, I think. This is going to be a 1-to-1 scenario here. So we have that. That's going to come out and go all the way over here. Come all the way down and across and jump in with that. So we're going to have lots of sand. And coal. That's what we need, right? And did I do that wrong? No. Okay. We're good. Okay. I just got confused for a moment. Excuse me. So we have that coming across. They're doing their thing. We're not going to produce a ton because we just don't have a lot of coal coming in. I am going to set up a router here. I think I'm actually going to do it there so that we can kind of maximize, hopefully, the amount that we're getting. And then we're going to feed that over and down. Okay, they're coming through and just... Okay, they have like the little guys that are there just to blow themselves up instantly. And once they do that, they go home and that's the end of their day. So we're just going to provide a couple more speed bumps out here, I think. Because the big guys do get fixated on the walls. And that's a really easy way, or a really easy problem to correct, is that we can just have more walls out here for the little guys to blow themselves up on and then go out here. Okay. Oh, it helps if I finish the production there. But at least we have this going through and doing stuff. We have fully operating and useful stuff there. And in case they do make it through, I'm probably going to throw on some additional people in this world here to just help out. I don't know if this is necessary. This might be a complete waste of materials. And we're using up all of our lead to do this, but that's okay. We're just going to make sure that if they break through here, there is some actual defenses set up for them down the road a little bit. All right, so there. That worked out well. They got all blown up first. This guy's not paying attention to me quite yet. Nope, now he's paying attention to me. It's getting slowed down through the walls and then gets lit up before he ever gets a chance to do anything real to us. That's fantastic. I'm cool with that. Our smelting is going really nicely here, actually. We could easily use another one. And I'm also going to real quick put a router here so that our production is getting spread out evenly, so that we can kind of more maximize a little bit of this stuff here. I'm also going to build... I'm not going to put it there because I have that router there. So if I do that, I can get at least 2 more drills feeding in more sand to feed our toys down here to produce stuff for us. So that's going nice and good, I think, right now. I'm going to wait for this next round, but our next step is to set up some... We're probably going to want to put more power production over here, and then we can do some more stuff. But let's go in. Ooh, look, whatever that weather was stopped, and look how clear the game gets. It's beautiful. While we're waiting for this one to come in, I said I was on a new system. So I'm on a... I have a custom-built PC that I built myself here. Took me... It's my first computer I've ever built. Previously, I was running all of this on an M1 Mac Mini, which is a great computer. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I still use it for lots of things. But I just wanted... Ooh, look. Air. 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 Okay. That tells me there's going to be more. But what I was getting back to is I built that computer. That's all. It's all well and good. It's significantly louder than the M1 is. That's just the nature of things in computers, I think. So if there's any fan noise or anything like that, please let me know. So I can either edit that out or I can play with the fan curves a little bit and see if I can get them to behave a little better. So that's one thing. But hopefully the quality of the video is better as far as visually, because I have a dedicated graphics card in there, which the M1 does not have. and it just should look better overall. I previously had a 4K screen and setup, but I had to tone down the graphics because it just made the game run better. Right now I'm on a 1440, but I don't have to tone anything down. I could actually put my 4K monitor on here and it would run this, I think, no problems. So let me know if it's working better, if you see any difference, if it's acting any differently for you, or if you notice any improvements here. I'm hoping to see some massive increases as far as export times, because the M1 is great, but exporting some of these videos that are longer, it takes a little bit of time. And it used to be like a 2-to-1 when I'm doing things. So for like every 2 minutes of video, it would take 1 minute to export. But for some of these, it's getting closer to 1-to-1, which is fine. But I wanted to go faster. So that's kind of what I'm hoping that this will do for me, is go a little bit faster and to do some extra fun stuff for me. So I'm going to do this here. We'll throw in a router on this end, and on the water end, we can also throw in a router, and then we're going to get some more batteries because we are really limited on our battery production right now, and I would like to have more. So we're just going to throw a line of batteries back here, and we'll connect them up with a node. But yeah, if you're interested in the computer I built, let me know. I'll be happy to talk about it more. It is, again, my first computer I've ever built. I've done like hard drive upgrades and random things to other computers in the past. But this is the first one I've built from scratch myself, and took advantage of a bunch of sales. And it's not a next gen or new gen system. It's kind of the last of the current gen or the previous gen. But it was all on sales, and it runs these games better than I've ever seen them. So I'm pretty happy with how this looks and feels and runs and does all of its stuff. And after this wave, we're going to be halfway through this level, which is beyond exciting. Because, all right, so this is a little, hey, you're about to get slammed by bad guys warning shot. That we just had those in there like so. Nothing big deal. We'll build those back there. And while we're waiting to get absolutely demolished, let's go in here. Well, first, let me see. Let's add some aerial defenses back in this area. We know that there's air stuff coming, and I would like to just provide the main base with some cover if possible. So this is not a big deal to do, but I want to make sure we have just the initial beginning bare bones kind of set up there for these guys so that we can get those bases covered. And then once that's built, we will go over and worry about some of the scrap and other stuff that we need to address here still. But I'm pretty happy with our resource management so far. We could put another silicon smelter in here, which I think I'm going to do. We're doing good on producing everything else. Everything else looks real good right now. So if we put on another silicon smelter, I think we'll be in really good shape with what we want to have happen here. So do I actually want to do that? Yeah, I do. Okay. So we'll just put that. Nope. We'll put those on. We'll get the basic stuff in here like so. That's going to be a router. We're going to have another router up here. So that's going to come up there. And that's going to go down and across. And it's going to be real fast and stuff for a little bit here. But this excess of coal is going to get eaten up pretty quick. And once that gets eaten up, this production will slow down a lot. But that's okay. We at least have that going. We can see that we've used up a lot of our coal. There's no backlog here anymore. It's using that up. So our coal is very, very variable right now. We go up, we don't have coal, it goes back down. So we may want to try to provide some additional coal resources up here, which we could do here and then bring a pathway over and up. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't think there's going to be anything else in this area. So we kind of have this one little area that we can snake up. Let's do that. It's not the most amount of coal that we could possibly provide, but it's more than 0, which is kind of all I'm really caring about right now. So we will get this first rule here set up and going. So it'll look something like that. It'll cross over, and then we can come up and just dump it right in there. We have another round coming here in just a moment. So we'll see what that looks like. And hopefully that next area of coal provides just a little bit of additional stuff. So we have our little kamikaze guys. They all blew themselves up. These guys are all attack city. They like to fire and then cause fires. Luckily, they're getting knocked out before they really have a chance to turn around. They're just in the process of turning around before they get smacked out of existence. So that's good. And again, I'm just trying to provide some dead space here for them to come through and to get set up. All right, we're cool with that. So now we have our production as far as power going is getting a little bit. Oh no, no. These guys are supposed to go up. Okay. All right. So we're going to get rid of this. Okay. Originally I was going to say this production, this line of coal was supposed to supplement our power supply, but it's not. It was supplementing our silicon supply, which we don't really need. We're not using a whole bunch of that right now. All right. So we have that. Let's go over and build some power nodes. All right. That's going to give us a nice starting point here. We're going to need to drill out a whole bunch of this stuff. Unfortunately, there's not like a nice setup for it. It's all kind of all over the place. So we're just going to do the best job that we can here in getting them. So it's like 6.5. So we'll do something like that. I think that's going to be enough to get started with. So we'll do something like that. I think we're good with that. And then we'll be able to do a little bit more here in the very near future. So we have that set up. Let's go over and take a look here. We have melters. That's what I want, right? Melter, input scrap, output slag. And then we have the separator, which is going to take the slag and it's going to produce those items for us. Perfect. Okay. So the melter, it outputs 12 slag per second, and the separator needs 4 slag per second. So math tells me that I need to have 3 of those to function properly. So I'll do 1, 2, 3. We'll get that in there. And then we can put on our separators. Ooh, they're a little bigger than I thought they were. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. I'll get those in there like so. And then we can put those on there. And if I did this right, these should output stuff. So let's leave those like so. We'll bring this on down. So that's producing slag. Not enough slag. Has more than enough power. Oh, but they are producing. If we take a look here, it's producing stuff that's coming out. Let's go real quick. We had a wave that just happened. Looks like it was more of the kamikaze little robot guys. So I'm going to leave that as so. And then we will go back here. And let's do this as a titanium belt. My only real reason for this is I just want to get it out as fast as possible. So we'll do that, and then these guys can all feed in there, and hopefully that will produce enough that we're not really bottlenecking that thing. There we go. All right, so those are flying through there. That all looks nice, and we should be good on that front, I think. And we'll go through and see exactly what's going on here. But we're producing stuff, which is better than not producing stuff. So our slag is coming in. So that one, yeah, we're not producing enough slag. So we need to get some more of that. But luckily that's an easy problem to solve. We can throw on another melter. We'll just pipe that stuff like so. And then we can throw a router, let's say there, and have that come straight into there. Now that's not going to produce enough for us, so we'll have to give it a little help. Okay, so they got a little closer again. I didn't really pay attention. I probably should be paying more attention right now to see what they're throwing at me, but I haven't done that, and we'll get better. Don't worry. But we're on wave 14. We're doing a good job here. I'm much more, right now, probably incorrectly, I'm more interested in getting production like this stuff set up because it's just neat to me. Let's see if we can just have all of this just go there. We have that one going there. And let's see if we can do a little more. There's still so much slag set all over this place. So it's not going to be a big deal to produce more. So this is going to be another area of slag. We're just going to bring this, or it will be slag. Guardian approaching in 5 waves, see? Knew it was coming. Knew it. So we'll do that, and we'll set up our router here just to confirm that we have that. But you can see that these are flowing through, getting what hopefully they need. So this one's full of slag. This one does not have enough, but hopefully that will be outputting a lot more here real soon. This one is doing what it needs. Okay. So we have that area set up. Let's take a look at defensively. We need to go in. Salvos are... okay. Graphite. Okay. So we can get those guys. And real quick again, we're taking a look. They have copper, graphite, thorium. All right, we're good there. Because we can get these built all down here. And throw on our routers to just be stuff on the side for them. And look at the resources that ripples take. Okay, they're not terrible. Uses graphite, copper, and titanium to make. It doesn't use a tremendous amount of any of those. These ones are copper ones that are getting fed right now, so their damage is only 11. If I fed them with some of this other stuff, it's a little higher, but that's okay. Graphite, actually, the fire rate goes way down. Silicon looks like, wow, that's much better. But that's okay. We will get there. And look at our slag production here. It is flying. We are doing exactly what we need to with this. I'm not sure why this one is yes and no, yes and no, yes and no, whereas this one's full. They should be getting the exact same amount of slag, but that's fine. Or scrap to turn into slag, leave me alone. But you get what I'm saying here. And we are producing lots of stuff to get these set the way we want. So our next place, look at all those guys. Oh, we got air power coming in too. They get shot down real fast. You guys are not very nice. Hopefully you will get... So they do get a chance to turn around. This wall right here has taken a little bit of health damage to it, but other than that, they aren't making it real far. Again, I apologize for not remembering keyboard shortcuts. I know that they're there. I just forget them. I apologize. What I could do is just build a... Maybe on the last one, I'll build some... Because I could put in like a row of these and then put in some of the ripples. Is that what they're called? Yeah. Or salvos, excuse me. What does ripple do again? Ripple, ground enemies long distance. Okay. The parallaxes. Yeah, we'll put a parallax over here. And we'll put another parallax over here. All they do is really draw in the bad guy ships to make them more fun. But we do need to provide that with power, correct? Yeah. So that one has power. We're going to build this one here. Alright, we have those. Let's see what happens here. Okay, it's just the little round guys. They're going to blow themselves up here in just a moment. Alright, I'm going to pause the game. We're going to go in and get stupid here. And it's extra stupid because we're spending our time building things that are going to get blown up, that take a long time and a lot of resources to build, as opposed to just walls that we can knock out real easy and rebuild even quicker. So as we're waiting for this build, my computer, I'm also on a different microphone. I've used the Blue Yeti for my microphone forever. I think I bought it on Amazon like 8 or 9 years ago. And it's pretty much anything that you see screen recorded from here, it is shot on that. But I'm using a different one because that's still on my Mac because I use it for lots of other things. So we're going to go with that. We have this area built. They are full on ammo or getting full on ammo. This is such a bad idea. I love it. All right, we're going to fast forward this. I know there's a Guardian coming real soon. Let's see what happens here. Focus on those. Yeah, focus on those. Wow. Okay. So they actually didn't even get the chance to destroy those. They, Alright, that one's on fire, so you're going to go away. Then we can pause the game. We're going to rebuild you. And then we're also going to bring in a large power node. This is not a good idea, but what I'm thinking here is that we can put it like in there, and then we can put on a mender. This is a terrible idea. We'll go with it and see what happens. Alright, so we have our power nodes. Because most of these didn't get even touched, which is impressive, but some of them did. Oh, it's repairing our walls first. I don't care about the walls. Fix the things that matter. Oh, they did. Okay. I apologize. I'm sorry. And then maybe we'll put in some baby menders. The salvos really go bananas though, don't they? Alright, so we have ammo fold up on all of these. Let's start that next wave, and our Guardian is going to be here in one wave. We have some air power. Let's see if these react to the air. Oh, they do react to the air power. Really slowly, but they do react. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. Because it didn't say that it was ground units only. This game is very good about specifying which bad guys your things can face, but I was worried that we were only going to get that. So let's put some shock mines. I believe Guardian is an air power unit, but hey, whatever we can do to slow it down, or when we inevitably have the battle to save this area in the future, we'll have some stuff set up there. So we have this. They're giving us lots of time to get this one kind of prepare for it. I don't think we have enough. Like, we have that. We have this area here. Let's quickly build in some more salvos. So if we have the salvos, just double checking. Take that. Okay, so we have those that we can put in there. Or hold on. I don't want to put them right next to that because that's going to cause a problem. So go in here, build up, over, and back down. All right. And then we can put in some salvos across this area and over here as well. And we have 40 something seconds to get this done. So let's go, let's go, let's go. Build, 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 build. We're doing fine on power production. No, actually we're not. We're basically breaking even right now. We're just barely pulling off more. I'm assuming it's from the menders that are kind of killing that for right now. If we needed to, we can again add on another steam generator, which I'm going to do because we're going to need to have all of the power available to us to do this. So five, four, three, two, one. All right, it's game time. Here we go. Oh! We did it! We did it! Yay! Alright, so the Mender, or excuse me, the Guardian, while formidable and there, does not take kindly to the Lancers. That was its downfall. It just did not do well with that. So let's go take a look and see what our bounty is here by going in and looking at our research. And look at that, we have a cultivator. I knew I didn't have one before, but let's take a look further out and see what we have. So we have a container, which was something we didn't have before. That allows us to do that, so we'll purchase you. We have an unloader, excuse me, that unloads items from nearby blocks. Okay, we'll get that. Cool. Going across here more, we have our cultivator, so we'll take care of that. Looking over here, we still have lots of stuff locked. We have another one here, which is a differential generator. Generates a large amount of energy, utilizes temperature difference between cryofluid and burning pyrite. I still don't think we have cryofluid, so we can get that, but it's not going to be useful to us quite yet, but that's okay. Down the road it will be. And if we take a look at everything else, we have one other one here, which is an additive reconstructor. Upgrades input units to the second tier. Okay, so I think that's going to allow us to take our, well, at least our ground units. Oh, okay. So it gives us that. But if we take a look now, look, we have a mace, which I think we had before, a pulsar, Atrax, Horizon, a poly, and a mic. Oh man. So we can upgrade all these ships purely based off that. So this one fires shells at standard bullets at ground targets. Okay. This one attacks and rebuilds. Okay. Drops clusters of bombs on enemy ground targets. Beautiful. Fires the debilitating orbs of slag at ground targets. Can overstep most terrain. Beautiful. Pulsar fires arcs of electricity that damage enemy targets. Capable of flight, because why wouldn't it be? And then we have this one that fires streams of flame at enemy targets. Okay, so I'm just going to purchase as many of these in order as I can. I don't know if I have enough to do all of these. I do. Okay, I'm excited because we have a whole bunch of new stuff that's available to us, and our tree here is getting a little bit more full. It looks like we have lots of stuff we still have able to do, but we have successfully completed this scenario. I am super happy. And if we take a look out at our planet map, we now have stained mountains. Overgrowth was not on there before. These are locked. We are in biomass, so we have this area here. And then salt flats. This is one that is putting our other areas under trouble. We have that. It's an enemy base with a high threat. That's going to be a mission for another day. But hey, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll see you in our next video.